Hey everybody, welcome back to Champn Sons, as we are here with a new member to the Champn Sons saga. It is going to be Miles Champnsons. He is taking on EA Sports PGA Tour, trying to get into the PGA, much like we had with 2K23. However, I do think this, as far as golf gameplay, is a better option. So what we are taking here is a recap of his opening, his first time ever, out there playing. He is an amateur to start out, and we have some big things happening for us here. Some big shots hit in the U.S. Amateur that we go for to try to pull out a victory in. These are going to be 4-round tournaments, so do not expect constant uploads. Just because they take a little while to do. We will fill it in as we go throughout with our other series that we have on the channel. But in this one with the U.S. Amateur, if we do finish, I believe, in the top 5, we have, or at least if we win it, we will qualify for the Masters as well as the U.S. Open for an opportunity to set us up. Now, you can tell by some of these courses here at the U.S. Amateur that these are not the easiest greens in the world. Even with being semi-straight, these greens fluctuate in speed as well as slope. Now, one thing about this game that we do have is the swing mechanics, I think, are better than what we get in 2K24, what I found. So it does, overall plays better. There's a lot of parts that's a little bit more difficult with regards to the short game, the approach shots. That's a little bit more touchy, that you got to be. So it is what it is. But here we are in the U.S. Amateur, as we've seen some of the highlights before we are the leader. As we actually come into the 18th hole. Here it is going to be a par 5, 524 yards. We are 12 under, about a 3-stroke lead coming into this one. But no lead is safe. Ask Sean Van de Velde about that one in 3-stroke leads. Anybody that's members of British Open from a grip ago, that did not end well for him. So 3-stroke lead, get a good tee shot here. This is a wide open fairway. It's playing like a links course with pretty wide open, not the thickest of rough, but more in patches around. So for our second shot coming into this par 5, we are going to be about 210 yards away. The wind is coming at us a little bit from right to left, though, and elevation-wise, it's fairly even. As we take our 5-iron approach shot, that one does land, and it is rolling beautifully up towards the pin with an opportunity for an eagle, ladies and gentlemen. What a way to seal the deal if we can get an eagle right here. As we plop that one on, sitting there at about 9.5 feet here on the 18th hole, 12 under par. We should be able to just seal the deal and win the U.S. Amateur, which, like I said, will take us to Augusta and then to LA Country Club for the U.S. Open before we compete in the Q School to try to earn a PGA Tour card. Now, like I said, this is all our amateur year. We knocked that birdie putt in to win the U.S. Amateur at Bandon Dunes Golf Resort. And that's going to actually give us a 4-stroke finish as we take that win, 13 under, U.S. Amateur champion, our first and hopefully many tournament wins that we get. We do celebrate there on the green, earn our shot at the Masters as well as the U.S. Open. So now here we are at the Masters right now, having an opportunity to step up and play. Our first round we shot 10 over par. So, not the greatest finish in the world for round number 1. But this course is filled with a lot of different, treacherous kind of things. So even here on the opening hole with our approach shot into the green, we got to be very careful to keep these balls from slowing up. But even that type of good shot put us at about 30 feet away, and you can kind of see the excitement. But look at the slope of this green that we are facing at Augusta. And these greens apparently really do slope that stiffly. I think, my brother was able to go see a practice round there one time, and yeah, this course is excessively slopage on the green. As you can see how that thing just rolls off, man. You think you got it down and you don't. So that still left us with just about 8-9 feet left for par. Going uphill though, thankfully, that's how you always want to be trying to putt at this course. At Augusta is trying to go uphill, sitting in 89th place to start out day number 2. Now you may be asking yourself, why are we showing day number 2 in a 4-round tournament? Well, when you're 10 over, you struggle to make the cut. You just do. But we did have, like I said, our highlight moment. So here on the 8th hole, as we hit this one, and look at what can happen when you try to cut a fairway short. Ricochets off the tree. Didn't even try to cut it all that short. Just try to cut a corner a slight bit, and it rolls us all the way back down. So on a par 5. An opportunity just blown and wasted. Trying to get through the trees. There's no way we're going to pull this one off. Too many people are in the way. If they would move, might have a chance. But no, we really don't at this stage. There are just too many things going on. No matter what we do with it, we're trying. We definitely were not prepared for this course. Yeah, a win at the U.S. Amateur, that does not really prepare us for coming out into this one and really facing the music here. So we will have to pitch out here on the 8th as we do finally get that one up. And it does land and rolls just fine. But this whole round was a struggle. We are still 10 over par, and we're on the 8th hole. You think, okay, you're even right now, playing decent, maybe get a couple birdies here or there, finish it up. And that is just a pure fight to get those birdies. As you see, that ball hits and just rolls. Something that probably should have been 2 feet from the pin, even with that slope, just rolled completely off over to 8 feet away, or 5 feet away, I mean. And now the slope, got to be careful with reading that. As we do knock that putt right past the hole, like I said, got to be careful with reading it. And you go from a par opportunity to a bogey real quick, which is what happened to us in the first round. This course just beat us bad. It was so much. We did make a couple birdies here and there, but it was completely up and down, As here we are on the 18th with our approach shot, sitting at 15 over par. So I guess 5 over compared to the 10 over first day is not too horrible in the grand scheme of things, but it does put us basically in last place, I believe, at 90th place. Pretty rough show, to say the least. You think coming off the U.S. Amateur win that, hey, you're prepared, you're going to be able to make some moves, make some things happen, and just not so much. not so much in a tournament of this stature, right? The Masters is like the Rose Bowl of the major. It's the granddaddy of them all. As we do end up missing that putt on the 18th. Good opportunity for birdie. Just couldn't pull it off. These greens are just too wicked for me. But right now, we're just an amateur this year. We do finish 15 over, so we cut broke 80. That's saying something, right? Breaking 80 in the Masters. We don't make the cut, obviously, so that takes us to the next major that have led us to this Sunday.
And for
Open.
One solitary golfer
This one,
in the field,
it was basically
today's
just like
the day.
LA Country
Today's
Club,
the day
which is
that a
an
new chapter will
incredible
be
golf
written
course
in
stuck
major
right there in
championship
LA.
history.
I mean, it is. And
Today's
some of the
the
houses
day
that are
that
nearby.
legends are born.
My
or
parents volunteered
amplified.
at the U.S.
Today,
Open every year,
perhaps,
so they are there at that
will be the
tournament.
culmination of a lifetime's worth of dreams. Today is the final round of the United States Open.
They build are amazing. This course was a little different with how you had to walk around it and all the different paths to go between the holes and for people to walk. So it is a little interesting, but either way, this one we did play a lot better in. All right, we made the cut here, so that's a positive. Making the cut is a big deal, and we played pretty solid. The biggest thing is the greens on these compared to what we had at Augusta. Yeah, there's a massive slope, but not all that much. You know, it's right on the fringes you get the big slope, but it slows down as you get to where they had the cut placements. So here on the second hole, we are actually at even par with an opportunity for a birdie to go to 1 under for the tournament. Keep that in mind, that's the tournament. If we do drain that putt and actually sit at under par for even if it is just a brief moment. You know, in round 1 we were 2 over. In round 2 we finished at 2 over once again and just made the cut line. Round 3 we finished 2 under for the day, even for the tournament. And so we've seen some consistent improvement here, especially in this one. Here we are on the 16th with another opportunity for birdie. We are 3 under par right now, sitting in 16th place. So we're having a hell of a fantastic round coming up here into this final round at the Open. Drop that birdie. 4 under with only 2 holes remaining. Trying to get a top 10 finish here at the Open. We're in the U.S. Open, and that 4 under does put us tied for 10th place. We're taking a look at hole number 17. It is going to be a par 4, 520 yards. And that hole, those holes are tricky. So we're actually not going to see that one. We skip ahead over to the 18th green, or 18th hole. Finish this one off. Another par 4 that is sitting at 493 yards. And that was one thing my parents said was crazy to watch. A par 3 that they do have at LA Country Club that most guys have to take like a 5-wood off of, or a 5-iron, is insane. The distances on these holes that they had. But here on the 18th hole, sitting pretty, doing a good job in this one at 5 under in 7th place. We have cracked the top 10. Okay, we have cracked the top 10 here. It's a really solid performance. Our second shot here on the par 4, 18th, to try to even possibly get into a tie for 5th with a birdie. We've got to have some big things happen for us and some luck kind of roll our way, and hopefully we get that ball to roll slightly closer to the pin. Instead, is it going to hold on? It does. It look like it's going to roll off the back, but here it comes right back down that slope pretty quick. And that ball is finally going to settle in 15 feet away from the putt hole. It is a makeable birdie putt here on the 18th at the U.S. Open. Looking for a possible top 5 finish if we can squeeze one out as an amateur. Try to read that slope. We send the putt home, and it's going to miss it. It misses on the bottom edge, just not enough. And that's one thing about this game I will say in the putting. When you think you've hit it at the right angle, you might just need to rethink it a slightly bit more, because you just don't always have enough on it. So we do knock that par putt in, finish at 5 under par here in the U.S. Open. Remains in the tie for 7th. You know, 5th or 4th actually, by the way the tournament ended out. We stayed at a tie for 7th by the end of it. So what do those performances lead us up to here? What we really need to perform in is the Q School Final. Got to get top 5 to earn a PGA Tour card. And this is a 4-round tournament. We have separated ourselves out to start day 4. All right, 17 under through the first 3. But we hit a run on day number 3. We were right at everybody else 4 under after I think we were actually 6 under, 7 under after 2 days. Put together 2 solid rounds. Nothing excessive, but solid. Day 3, we finished up. We had, 9 birdies on the day. I think we basically finished 9 under that day. Almost set the course record for that round. And that's really what gave us a separation. So here we are coming into the 18th green off the tee box, right into the fairway, which we've been solid with our driver pretty much forever. It's some of these approach shots that we still got to work on. We got to finesse them a little bit and get them more, I would say, in line with the spin and everything like that. So got to keep that in mind. So here's 7-iron with the approach from 180 yards away. As we put a good solid shot on that, don't want to short it with the rock bed in front of us. As we land that one just on the little ridge of the green, and that ball is going to stick and stop 23.5 feet away from the pin here on the 18th green. Looking to just give us a basic 2-putt for par and the win, and we will take our tour card, sir. So Miles steps up to that one. 25 feet away, sends the putt home. It's tracking towards the cup, and it's gonna drop in for the birdie. Send another one there, and that's gonna be 19 under, and we will take the Q School victory by 11 strokes over Masumi Wada and Javier Moreno, sitting there at 3 under. As we finish this one off and completely blow out the competition, earning our PGA Tour card with the Q School victory here. We had our second trophy to the trophy case. So that is, like I said, that is going to get us set up for PGA. We're not going to play every event in the season. Hoping with what we need to kind of get into some of the major events and stuff like that. But we will definitely be taking on the PGA Tour card following this. So like I said, in the next episode, we will have the American Express final round. I will see y'all in that episode. Everybody, look forward to it. Thank you for all the support that y'all have offered us here at Champn Sons Gaming. And I will see y'all in the next one. So as always, stay safe. And, well, y'all know how it goes from here, right? Later, y'all.